Alright, so I went to go see Evil Dead today, and this has nothing to do with the movie, but I totally puked right after the movie. Yeah, I puked not because of the movie, although there was a lot of vomiting in the movie. It was because I went to IMAX yesterday, and then I've been sleep deprived with having horrible anxiety and all that stuff. So with with the Evil Dead, the group of people go in, blah blah blah, shit happens or whatever. Anyway, so that whole thing, the first one. This is how we say first one. First thing we have to get into is the rape scene, where the tree rapes the girl. Okay, so in the original one, the girl kind of like runs out and she's just like, oh my god, and the tree kind of like moves her shirt and she's like, oh no, my boobies exposed, oh my god, this, oh god, oh, and all of a sudden she's like laying down like, ah, and all of a sudden it's like tree, or like, well, branch, it's like, ah, and then it was just kind of like, oh, well, that was kind of awkward. And see, this one was kind of just like, like we knew it was coming, but we also were like, ah, so she kind of runs away from the little ghostly looking, girl and stuff that you see in the beginning of the movie. It's, this chick was just like, Daddy, no, and it's like burning her, and she's like, I will kill you, that kind of thing. She's running away, and then like all like, the really kind of windy vine kind of tree shit going on, and she's getting caught, and like the trees are grabbing onto her, and she's like, and she's like, pulled at all places, and all of a sudden it's like this really black slimy tree starts going like wrapping like up her leg, and it just goes it's like, and you see it, and it's like this is like her skirt thing that she was wearing. It was like you just see it, it'll just keep going in, and then it just kind of like goes, and it's just like, I was just like sitting there like, oh god, oh god, that was so. Like the person behind us were like, they were just like, was she just raped by a tree? I kind of be like, no, she was just fondled lightly by a tree. Like, come on. Okay, this movie I'm just skipping all over the place. So the movie starts out with, okay, the main girl, she's a druggie. It's her brother was the main guy, and then there's like that long-haired hippie-looking dude. The quick expositions kind of help with how they all know how things work, if that makes sense. So then there's like the brother's girlfriend, who's like this blonde. And then there's like the friend who's like this chick, and she's a nurse. So of course, the long-haired hippie-looking teacher guy finds like the book, like all like wrapped in like a garbage bag, and then like bound with like wire and all that crazy shit. So yeah, so of course he opens it, and then like there's all like the shit written on there, like don't read anything out of it, don't say anything, don't look, don't whatever. Of course, this guy's like, someone, like, scratched out all, like, the incantation words, but, like, he touched it, and he felt like, like, the bumps in it, so he's, like, like, doing the shading thingamajigger, the imprint thing, I can't think of the thingy, and so, the words are coming out, and he's just, like, reading it, he's like, well, it's totally fine, and they're doing I love that they kept that's what it is, where in the other movies where something were to happen and the camera's just kind of running through the forest, like the whoosh thing, and it's like the foggy forest thing, and I like that they kept with that. That was cool. So like the evil spirits are like the evil's coming, and it just like hits like the druggy girl, and she's like, bah! And I'm like, again, my vomiting had nothing to do with the movie, I swear to God. Nurse chick is like giving her meds and stuff just to help her. They're thinking that she's just kind of like going through withdrawal, which is why she's kind of freaking out. She's like, I don't know about you guys, what's that smell? They go down to the basement and open like the cellar door, and there's like all like these dead animals and shit. Because, that's what you have in a basement cellar, is dead animals. So then shit goes real, where everyone starts dying off. And the way how they died off, it was just, the effects in this movie, that's mainly why I wanted to go see it, was because it was all, like, practical effects, and those are fucking great. They were fucking great, I loved it. Yeah, so, like, someone gets, like, their arm cut off, and it's totally, like, that whole, like, thing when their arm gets cut off. I should really learn to not film in the dark, hold on. God, that's bright. So, yeah, like I said, they all start dying off one at a time. And what had happened was like the OD girl, she OD'd before. The druggy girl like you see in the trailer, she falls onto the nurse chick and she starts puking out those like all this fucking like I can't really do that. My throat's so killing me. All this blood on her, it's just and you're just like I saw it, I was just like, oh my god, there's just so much of it. There's just so much. I was like So then, she's just like pushing her off and all that stuff. The girl she gets cleaned up. She like wipes her face off. She still has some. What made me feel really, really like when I saw it was that she still obviously like all that blood like in her hair and like part of her, like on her neck and stuff. But also she had like chunks. She's had like some chunks in her hair, and I'm just like, ew. The teacher guy goes, and he goes in there and sees what's up with her, and you hear, oh my god, you just hear that noise, that like that meat slicing sound. You're just like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. And then like he like opens like the shower curtain, and she just like tore like the side of her fucking cheek. Oh my god, this is too good. This is too good. And he was like, what the hell? And then she's like, I want to get those contacts that they wore. Those were awesome. Like, yeah, love those things. Of course, he starts attacking her. Like people are just attacking people at this point. They're just like fuck. So she's lost her goddamn mind, and lots of shit happening. The basement cellar thing. They push the sister in there. They push her in there. They lock it up. Funny enough, they lock it in pretty much the same kind of binding as how the book was found, like the kind of zigzag kind of thing. Anyway, so yeah, they're all pretty much killing each other. The teacher guy kills the nurse girl, because he slips on a piece of her face, and he like falls, and he's like, ah, in like the bathroom, because he fell, broke the toilet, and then she's coming after him, and he's like smashing her face with like the toilet and stuff, just like in Saw with the friggin' top part, yeah. So he's just smashing her face in, and it's just like. And then they do a shot, like, overhead of just, like, showing just, like, the bloody mangledness. And it was just like, yeah. The girlfriend chick, the blonde chick, she gets messed up. And the freaking girl gets, like, shot, like, she, like, gets shot in the face a couple times with the nail gun. I have to say, that nail gun holds a shit ton of nails. Okay, first of all, it holds a shit ton of nails, and it holds big nails. Okay, it's a regular sized nail gun. But it holds nails that are like this fucking big, just like, just like sticking out of your face, all that stuff. They're huge fuck off nails, That makes sense. But, that aside. But yeah, it holds a fuck ton of nails. Like, at one point, the fucking teacher guy is like shooting, like, for a while, and I'm just like, okay, they already shot it off so many times prior into that girl's face and arm and all that stuff, and then, they've gotten shot with it a couple times too, like the main guy, the brother guy gets shot, and then, like, the teacher guy gets shot, like, they're all, like, shot up with the nails, and he's still trying to shoot at the fucking blonde chick, and then finally, like, at one point, it's, like, finally, empty, and I'm like, okay, come on, but it's just like in movies where, like, a gun, like, the frickin', mag is just, like, endless. The blonde chick, she gets her arm cut off. Like, just her arm gets cut off. And like, then her other arm gets, like, chopped off. Because they have, like, machetes. Pew! And, like, she stands up, and it's just, like, leaking. It's, like, blah, 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 just, like, leaking out. And she's like, ah! She goes up to, like, the obviously her boyfriend, the brother guy, and she goes, why does my face hurt? She's got, like, all these fuck-off nails in her face and shit. She's all like, why does my face hurt? Like, oh my god, and you're just like, get away, get away. He opens the fucking cellar door, goes down there, and of course everyone in the audience is like, you dumbass, why are you going down there? That's so stupid. And I'm like, that's the point. He's a dumbass, he's gonna do it, because of course there's the emotional attachment that it's his sister, If it was like his girlfriend, it wouldn't be that big, but it's because it's his sister, of course. So he goes down there, and all of a sudden she's like, and then, like, he's like, oh my god, I'm beating your face down. Then he, like, injects her with the sedative and all that stuff. And so she's, like, passed out. So then he puts, like, this red dress on her, which I thought it was, like, awesome. He buries her like fully, and he's like, of course, crying, losing his damn mind. And then the tree that was on fire ceased. So then he was like, okay, it's over. So he kind of digs up the sister. And this is where the whole, like, him being a mechanic guy, knowing ingenuity shit. So he grabs the sister out, and, you know, she's just dead. He pulls the plastic off. She looks like her sister again, you know. And then he just shoves, like, the needle thingy into her, and he's using the car battery as, like, a defibrillator. So the sister's fine. Turns around, the fucking teacher guy is there, and he's like, you know, and he's like, ah! So he's like, well, time to fight, and yada yada yada. Because when you shoot a gas can, everything explodes. But that's movie logic. So the whole thing goes kind of thing. And of course the girl's like, oh my god, my brother! Oh my god, my brother! All of a sudden, a drop of blood, and it starts literally raining blood. Dun, 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 and it starts fucking raining blood. And you see a shot of the book, and it's like, it's all like, you know, kind of resurrection kind of thing. It's pretty much the cover of the first movie, one of the posters, where, you know, it's like a chick, and she's like, ah, like that thing, yeah. And then, yeah, the chick comes off the ground, she grabs her, and it's like, ah, my god! The sister runs into the car, and she has to get out, and she's like, of course, she fumbles with the keys, so she drops the keys, and she's trying to, like, turn the, and the girl's, like, right there at the window, it's like, ah! You know, she grabs her, she's like, ah! You know, all that shit. Then she, like, goes in the passenger door, and then she gets out of the passenger door, and she's like, ah! All that stuff. You know, that kind of thing, and then also, like, the camera leans over, it's like, ah! And you're like, ah! You know, she keeps crawling, it's like, ah! Busting through it with the machete, so you just see how it's like, shoom, you're like, ah! And then, shoom, ah! It scrapes across, and I was like, ah! It's like, I felt it, I was like, I did that, ah! You know? Towards the end of the movie, a lot of, ah! Happens. She flips the fucking Jeep over, and the Jeep lands on the chick's hand, and she's like, ah! Pulling on her arm, and you see, like, the skin, like, starting to detach. I'm like, it's just like, ah, you know, like, ah, yeah. She does the awesome thing, pretty much putting her hand into the chainsaw kind of thing, and just using it for leverage, and just completely cuts this bitch, like in half. The ground just kind of like consumes the chick back up, the evil chick, and just. So, of course, you know, then, like, it stops raining blood, you know, and it doesn't show her, like, really leaving or anything. It just kind of shows that, and then it just, boom, black, and it just says Evil Dead, and it's, like, that loud fucking score, all that stuff. Like, towards the end of the credits, there's the audio that you hear from, like, the movie where it's like, you know, the book of the dead, bound by human skin and written by human blood. Like, you hear that part, which is cool. So then, finally, all the fucking movie logos go, and you know, it's like, end. And then all of a sudden, you see, like, it's like this slightly silhouetted face, and you see that famous chin and nose, and he turns to the camera and goes, groovy, and then it's just done. And I was like, ah! I was like, oh my god! The movie wasn't bad, you know, like, I'm not a big fan of a lot of, like, remakes, reimagining ones, not because to be, like, movie snob about, but just, like, some of them just aren't done well. You know, there are a few of them that I like The Ring, that was done really well. Oh, so the trailers. I've been talking for a while. So talk about trailers. The Witches of Salem or something like that. Some Rob Zombie thing, of course. Like one before they even said written, directed by Rob Zombie, you see his fucking wife as the main character, and you're like, I wonder what this is. Red Band trailer for that Pain and Gain movie, the Do You Even Lift movie, you know? Fucking go see Evil Dead. That was actually surprising a lot better than what I thought it would be. Like, I knew even if I didn't like it, I would still like the effects, but it's still, actually, it was still pretty, like, damn good. Anyway, so, yeah, go see Evil Dead. I don't know what other movies I'll be seeing. Probably the next one's probably sometime next month, which is, Iron Man 3. I'm gonna go back to bed and not die, so yeah, go see Evil Dead.